Okay, we're back for another Kilwa episode or stream today. I'm just gonna double check that everything is up to speed and working as expected. Now I did make a small tweak after the last stream. I made myself sound a little bit louder because even at 100% volume I felt like I was, at least compared to other streams, I was a little bit quiet on the quieter spectrum. And to get started, let's just check where we were or where we left off last time. We did get a bunch of land from Ayutthaya. So if you take a look at what is going on in the stability and expansion section, somehow we're overextending. I imagine it's because of our government capacity going over 3010. So this is not ideal because it will mean we are gonna spawn a lot of rebels and we don't want that. So what we do, well, what we will be seeking out is to just reduce the, either expand the government capacity or do some other tricks. Now let's see if we can, so we can buy a little bit from here. So just plus 20. That helps a little, but I don't think it will resolve our situation completely. So we're still like 130 over. Another way to get ourselves in a better situation that I can think of is we should probably have some sort of what was it called? A wonder or great project. That should also give us reduction in, or actually increased government capacity. So let's check out which one it was. So I don't think it was the Citadel, maybe the Constantinople one. Let's just take a quick look. So no, this is about prestige per development per missionary. What about this one, for example? Again, prestige, splendor, average monarch lifespan. I don't think it was the fortress either. This one actually is a good one because it gives us plus 10 maximum absolutism. We might take it. Besides that, let's see, for example, this great project. So Pego, what were you about? Advisor costs, diplomatic reputation, relations, etc. City of Sana, also not the one. What's going on in Timbuktu? Really? Is it the last one in the list? Wait, let me just make sure I pick it up. So maybe I'm wrong or we already finished constructing it. It might also be that I have to reselect whichever great project we were supposed to build. So yeah, not this one. Yeah, like if only the clicking on the great project would actually open it up would be nice. This is about trade steering. Again, this was about splendor and stuff. Maybe this one, I don't remember clicking on this one. So reform, progress, growth would be helpful. But no, it's not it. So we're a little bit like, maybe I'm hallucinating a little bit because I remember us having this kind of great project, but never mind. We'll just deal with the government cap issues as we go with some buildings that we're gonna build, like the town halls. And also I don't have the buildings list that are being constructed currently available here, but there should be also some of these, whatchamacall them, state houses being built. Now, what will be our next target in terms of grabbing some land? like taking this area over from Ayutthaya gave us some good options. But one tricky part is that whichever country will be facing, we have to make sure that they don't have too many cores around them. So for example, if we check this one here, you can see Shan is having a permanent claim on this province. So if we were to war this Shan, they would stop us from getting any progress on the core specifically here. Now the same goes for this territory, this one. So you can see Shan is not a good target to attack next, because they have like a core on everything almost. Now does Wu have? Wu have a core on this province, but are there any other ones? So Wu is a good candidate. The question is, who are they allied with? So Korea and U. U is a very little country over here. Does U have any cores around here? So they consider... okay, this belongs to Ayutthaya anyway, so it won't matter to us, and U doesn't have anything much further than that, I believe. Okay, so now the question is, how many troops do Korea, Wu, and U have? So there's like 200k for Korea, 100k for Wu, and U is at 35k. So it's like 200 and 335k troops altogether. Nothing tricky in that sense. Are you guys fighting somebody already? So Ming is being the defender here. But they're well, basically I think Ming is gonna be beaten up by Wu in a little bit. And then we'll be eating up Wu and Yu probably as we go. So if we were to declare war right now, we could go for... okay, we cannot make Yu co-belligerent. But we... yeah, we cannot do the same for Korea. So mostly we'll be taking the provinces that belong to Wu. And maybe some extra from Yu. I don't think we'll get anything from Korea this war. But in order to prepare for it anyway, we should take our time and restore some manpower. So first things first that we'll do is we'll just position our troops to the strategically important places around Wu and Yu. Something to also keep in mind are the navies, because I think Korea has a decent navy size, so 165 ships. We have 478, but most of them are transports actually. So there's 31 ships for EU, and Wu has 66 ships. So we probably could take each one of them one by one, but altogether they would be a little bit trickier. Or let's say a threat to our navy. Now you guys don't want to move yet, so let's skip a day. Okay, sure, religious centers and stuff going on here. A lot of messages. Okay, we lost some cores and stuff. Okay, also we get to pick something with our splendor. Well, we haven't picked like 3 options, so it's liberty desire from subject development, minus 33%, global naval engagement modifier plus 20%, and liberty desire in same continent subjects. So I'd say the clear winner is naval engagement, especially if we'll be going against 3 countries that have some navy at the moment. So yeah, let's pick this one and let's move on. Now, troop placement. Also, like, since it's a new month, it should update. Okay, so we're a little bit closer to our goal of having less than 100% overextension, but we still have a little bit over. I think it also decreases with time as this. Okay, I want to check how it was called. So, autonomy going lower should help this as well, I think. Not sure, correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, so yeah, buildings will help, and we'll see what else might help on the long run. So regarding the troops, you can see this one is actually 40k infantry only. So you guys will be just a little bit behind. Actually, you want to be in the front line, on the front line. Is it in or on the front line? This troop should go. Let's put them to Changcha. Then you guys should reunite with your infantry, which is probably lost somewhere far away. So we'll come back to you in a bit. You guys are assembled, so 41k troops, 20k artillery, 21k infantry. You go to Waichao. Now you. Okay, you probably have 21k infantry available, so you will reunite with this artillery group over here. You are also assembled. Let's see you in Ganju. Oh, I'm gonna have fun with names again today. So you guys, there's 3k of you, but let me just figure it out. You're one of the 20,000 men groups. You're just exactly at 3k, okay. Next one. Just move them away. So this is the 31st army, meaning that there's 21k infantry here. You will probably be combined with these guys here. So you're the 4th army, and you can see that the 4th army has 20 artillery. Okay. So mix and match. Now from here we also should have one full group. Yeah, you guys over here, you go into Nanning. And then what about you guys? So your artillery only, you will meet up with this infantry group over here. Lingyun is gonna have a 41k troop present there. And let's just let everybody settle down a little bit so we can figure out which empty spots we have around Wu. So yeah, we have this issue that we have so many troops that Kamchadals would be better off in our glorious empire. Okay, another conversion successful. We could invest in technologies, but we're still like years ahead of them, so nothing to do there. Is it still that the next institution hasn't been discovered? So I don't know, can I build the furnace before it gets discovered? Do we have any furnaces that we haven't built yet? No. So that's not an issue. We can get some government capacity back from over there. This is just a 0 to 0, so very few little gains for like 482 ducats each. I know we upgraded some of those buildings last time, but we just didn't know what to do with the money at the time. Yeah, we still have the war with Russia going on, right? I forgot about it. So these mercenaries are actually just making sure the areas that Russia has over here, the Russian Malaccas, are also under our control. Unfortunately, we did not start that war, so it's unlikely that our ally will give us these territories. Just because we didn't have any claims on it. Or on any of these areas. You can just double check it as well, so you can see they're all red. They are at war with us, but if we had a claim there, it would be like striped out with yellow like this. When it comes to overextension, I think these areas from Wu and Yue will probably be enough to get close to 100%, or just, you know, balance it with the war score. If not, who is getting stuck here? Ayutthaya is just walking along with us. I guess they became fans of us after our last war. Or they just want to have like warm relationships before the next war. Okay, so you two can be combined. You two can also. And this group is also assembled. As you can see, several of them are understaffed because we're really lacking manpower. So it's like one more year, a little bit less to fully restock. And before we get any of the reserves up and running. Okay, so some of the groups are already in place. You can see there's nothing in Hengyang. So I think these guys will go here. Now, is somebody still moving? Not really. So Hengyang has something. Sure, we converted something. So these two guys will go a little bit towards eastern provinces. Then Yuzhou has a place for you guys. And Namning is also going to be staffed by our military. So you can see we're running into the military power cap again. One thing where we can use it is potentially recruiting some extra leaders. Or just going for development, but right now since we are battling with this governing capacity a little bit. So it's at 100.4, so development is probably not the way to go. But we could recruit some generals just in case. The other ones are gonna be retired at any moment or something like that. So let's make it so that we recruit a few generals, so we have space for 2 more. So for good roles, they're decent ones. I think our what was it called, the military army tradition is quite high, so it's almost maxed out. That's why we get some decent choices over there. How are the rebels doing in our country? I haven't seen any spawning for a while, which is a bit surprising. I think did I take them away from the ledger last time? It seems like there's no rebels remaining. But I'm sure we have those groups here. So let me check it out, what is going on with rebel factions. So the list went much longer, and you can see like there's some 40%. Not that many that are of high level, which is great. Okay, so the other war just ended as well. How it went, what happened. We also converted the province of Tirnovo. And Manado has been occupied by Kilwa. So that was the last Russian province that we just took over. So Russia will cede these lands to Transoxiana. Something will be pillaged. And there will be, I guess, a new sovereign state that, actually there's a bunch of them, which will all be guaranteed by Transoxiana for the duration of their truce. So we didn't get much. We got a little bit of prestige, but we also didn't do much, so that's fine. Okay. You can see our ally gained a decent chunk of land. So we are allied with Portugal, Delhi, Transoxiana, and Commonwealth. We have military access with. I don't think we need it, so we can just cancel it. Okay, and Libertatia, for those who don't know, is just a small country of pirates, I believe, who just liberated at some point. I don't know if I didn't take care of the rebels or what happened there, but they're basically our march right now, so you can see they're a march of Kilwa. Yeah, it never happened to me before in a game, but that's something that did happen in this run around. Okay, so there is a trade center worth upgrading. Now, how is our troop placement? Are we finally getting done or what? So you guys will go to Liuzhou and Namning, and you can move a little bit closer to Lingyun. There's some alliance offers from Morocco. I don't think we need any alliances right in this stage. Like Morocco, let's just check where they are. They're like a really small country here. But they must have broken off from Portugal, I believe. Because I don't remember them being here before. I remember Sus was here after, well, a little piece of remaining Sus was here after our last battle, but nothing beyond that. No, we don't want alliances right now. So they want to gain military access to our lands, but we don't think so. Yeah, seems like our troops are well positioned for the next war. Now I do want to send this fleet to maybe upgrade a little bit while we're waiting here. And we have some more ships around here, no? Let's take a look at the ledger. Where is our mighty army of all those transport ships? So they're here. Can these be upgraded? I'm just wondering. So no. Do we need them around here? I don't know yet, but let's just take them closer anyway. Just to keep our options open. Now, there is probably... there's some ships that we can upgrade. So 17 will be upgraded. Those will be all the 3-deckers actually. I guess they were 2-deckers before. And now they will be gaining their strength back at the rate of 10% per month. So it will take a while, this process. But hopefully they have enough time to do this. So we have like 60 something years remaining until the end of the game. We should be able to do plenty of damage with this time. Kilwa in Australia's opinion of Kilwa changed by 25. The cruel behavior of what is this word even? Officers. Oh, okay, some good news as well. We gained some power. Is there any news in okay, so our extension is finally under 100. Like we want to use so we are gonna be fighting against Jaunpur, which is quite a small country at this point, and also Chagatai and Kuarat will be there. I mean, we can accept because they're not much of a threat to us, and I guess Delhi will just take care of them. We have fortresses around this area as well anyway. So we should be safe from that perspective. Okay, let's accept it. I also want to check the troop count, so we have like our close to 1 million troops versus 200 something thousand. Is it even 200,000? So it's 160-70,000 troops from the enemies. Now I am curious if we will be able to maybe get some extra lands from here. So if we take a look at this map. Now we have one claim in Jaunpur. But I guess Delhi also... Actually Delhi doesn't have it, so maybe they will give us this one over here. Lucknow. But yeah, wait, it was Gujarat, it was Jaunpur, and which was the third country in the fight, so Chagatai is also there. They are somewhere over here. So they've been like split into 2 areas. I don't like this place here because I'm coring it, but there's no defenders there. How much does this one contribute to overextension? So it's called Karkwan. We take a look at, let's sort everything by letters or by alphabet, descending order. So 1.57%. Even if it gets taken over temporarily, it's not gonna be a big bump into our plans. So let's unpause and let the time pass. Again, we do not want to become a hegemon in this run, at least not in this stream. We have some exiled armies. Wait, that was louder than expected. Okay, so we probably lost our leader. And we have a new Great Sultan with 5 admin, 1 diplo and 4 military. And the new heir to the throne, which is decent, I guess, nothing special though. And Sultana is also even a little bit worse than our heir, just a little bit. Okay, and we can do yearly prestige by 0.5 and missionary strength versus heretics 2%. I don't see any downsides with enabling those two options with every new ruler, so my approach has been to always enable them. So yeah, Morocco wants to have a lot of deals with us, but we're not interested. Just a one state minor at the moment. Now, I guess the next good question is when to start the war. Because we can see that those guys are having a war against Ming Daimyot and Mong Mao right now. They're winning. Ideally, they could win this before we start their war with them. But we cannot wait for too long. As you can see, the core construction is relatively quick. And also have to keep our eye on the military power build-up because we don't want to cap it and waste monarch points. Strange that at some point of the game they're really precious. At some point you're like, oh no, we capped again. Can we do something about it? Okay, so this overextension is going down slowly, and you can see we're still like 90 points or 89 points over our government capacity. When are these administrative technology levels gonna help us with this? Because okay, we're not gonna gain any extra capacity with the next one, are we? We are at level 27. So next one is level 31. We'll have to figure out what we do with this. Okay, so the Sheikh ul Islam. So we have three options. One of them gives us +10 national tax modifier, tolerance of true faith +1, and missionary strength +2. I think we'll take missionary strength because national tax. We are not tax-based country, so this 10% doesn't matter much. But getting those missionary missions done quicker is something that might help us a little bit, at least keeping up our prestige thanks to the great projects. So Great Britain has proclaimed themselves as the naval hegemon. Ooh. It is time to forge a coalition. Okay, that's an interesting move. I mean, we can just dethrone them by building some ships, I guess, but how many do they have? 500 ships? That's it? I thought you needed like 1,000 of them. Can't we claim it almost? Because we have just a few tens less ships. You know what this means? I think we'll be building some ships. So let's take a moment. We have enough money. Where's the naval units tab? It's over here. Now, one question would be, what kind of ships do we want to build? I think we'll build some more frigates. So let's say we build 50 frigates. I'll try to put one in each province to make it faster. Okay, this area is nice because you can just click them relatively close. So there's two over here. Okay, so we're at 500, same as England right now, but we'll be pushing for more. As you can see, our capacity for ships is 1,300 something. Plenty of ships for this run. Okay, so we're at, let's just fill out all of this coastline over here. So we have 44 in production. A few more. It's a bit tricky to click them zoomed out that much. Okay, 51. So for the sake of a round number, we'll go to 60. Because England will also be building more ships, right? So I want to be a bit ahead of the game. I am curious what this will give them, though. This hegemony status. So at maximum powers gains, they get artillery damage from back row plus 20%. But yeah, otherwise they get national sailor modifier, blockade efficiency. That's a nice one, fighting against countries near the water. And liberty desiring subjects minus 20%. So we'll definitely try to take it away from them. Now my question to Delhi, are you guys doing anything about these guys here? Because they're being annoying. Well, we do have one troop here which can take care of Kwarat at least. I don't see Chagatai around yet. And they can't actually cross that easily. No, they can. It's just like straight route from Chagatai to our Karkan province. Jaunpur has been occupied our province, sure, we don't care. It's not our war, we are in it, but it doesn't matter to us, right? But now what we want to do is, if possible, yes, this war is over, so it is time to start another war, finally. By the way, how is our manpower situation? So we're almost back to zero, which is nice. Okay, so we will declare war against Wu. I'll check, but we cannot do this belligerent stuff against these guys. It will be an imperialism war, just because of less aggressive expansion than the Holy Wars. Actually, it's the same aggressive expansion, just the cost for all provinces is lower. That's why we're going for this option here. And yeah, you can see that they have like 250, 300k troops or so, almost. And but they're all spread out, so Korea has a bunch of them, but they're like far away from us and will not be bothering us for a while. Or well, at least until we get like good pieces of Yu and Wu under our control. Okay, let's go. I will just merge the naval set we have here, and they can stay in the port for the time being. Okay, so you can see Wu has a decent number of troops over here, so we'll be fighting them off in the beginning. I'm thinking just pulling out all these troops, making sure we have enough and lose as little as possible. Now, while you guys are all going there, maybe we can start taking over Canton. Yu is also here. This does not have a fort, so this area can just be taken over. You guys will lend your artillery support to the siege in Canton. And everybody else will move a little bit. Actually, why don't you guys go siege Nanchang, and I will also will lend you some artillery support from over here. Yeah, so that's our opening move. Let's go. What is up with this area here? So it's been occupied by zealots. I mean, if you want, we can help you out with the zealots, but we'll also be taking over your province for ourselves. So we'll be helping you by taking over your province, right? Helping you get rid of your problem. So you can see there's a war going on over here. Not the best rolls up until now from us, but you can see like quite rough numbers going down from Wu's side. Oh, separatists. Right in the middle of our battles. We even stack wiped them. That's brilliant. Wasn't expecting this one to happen. Wait, what happened to you guys? Where are you coming from? Why are you rooted? And I think these guys are just coming back from the previous war, aren't they? Okay, so we'll be fighting the rebels over here. Now we don't need all of these troops to be hanging around, do we? So you guys will start sieging. You will load your siege troops to this siege as well. And you guys can just chill over here. Now, you don't need to go for the battle anymore because the battle is over and the enemy lost. Okay, so... Wait, there's another war that was going on here. So you kicked... Well, I guess we'll start sieging Quarat with the mercenaries over here. The only question is... Wait, just give me a second. Yeah, I mean, they can control this area over here. I don't mind because it's not much of an attrition negative bonus for our... Again, I need to look up the term, so war exhaustion, right. Oh, we're not the defender of the faith, right? No, we are. Okay, all good. So we're not having any issues with war exhaustion. So there's another battle that went on just to get rid of the final troops of Guarat. Now we took over a few of the provinces from the beginning here. Yeah, Jaunpur is making some advancements. Now, how is the health of these ships over here? So they're getting much better. I guess next month we can start sending some troops over here as well. Revolutionary ideas are spreading. Unfortunate, but that is how it is. So this artillery group, you're a bit slow. You guys are needed for sieging this place called Nanchang. Okay, and can we do some dubbing right now then? So we have... We're just a little bit over the governing capacity. The fun part is that we'll be taking more land and we'll be again way above the governing capacity. We have some areas or provinces that we can have town halls for. Is there any point of doing state houses? Yes, actually there's just for these few. Let's also check out what other buildings we might build. So, oh, nice trade bonuses for these guys. And taxation wise, at least a few of you need it. Production wise, oh, okay, also easy wins. And maybe check out some manpower increase as well. So you can see the numbers are quite small. I guess they're like not properly stated areas. Still, we have this maximum monarch power issue, right? So we might just have a little bit. Maybe let's do it in our capital. So let's do Cape. Just a few clicks. Yeah, that should do it for us for a while at least. But I wouldn't be surprised if during the stream we also run into the military monarch point cap again. Okay, so we are occupying territories. Where's there so many troops over here again? So there's actually one full group, two full groups. So you guys were fighting, weren't you? Well, I will send you one of you to siege over here, and you will get artillery support from these guys. Now, we are stretching a little bit in terms of our manpower, because you can see we're again like 41k into the negative, 42k. But let's see how we can keep up the manpower requirements. What are you trying to tell me? There was like some message that comes and goes as it wants. Okay. So there is like a level 1 fort over here, and I just want my troops to get over to the other side. Can you guys just walk there? Like, maybe Ayutthaya would be so generous to give us some military access. Of course not. So there's for some reason they're outraged at us. I mean, sure, we'll just send our troops across water with boats. We have some of them. All 347 actually go here. Okay, these guys are just protecting trade over here. You guys are also protecting trade in some random trade node. You guys are a bit random because you're not doing anything and you're just in the middle of nowhere. So maybe I can transfer you closer to where the battles are taking place these days. So we lost some siege. Oh no, Jaunpur is making some gains. We still don't care. It's just like... Actually, what are you doing, Delhi? Are you taking care of your problems? So you can see the mercenaries sieging this area is useless, unfortunately. I mean, I can see the war score going up really slowly, at least for the Jaunpur war. We'll help them out later if needed. Do I just keep building state houses? Like, even if it's 0 minus 0? Yeah, if anyone knows, they can just let me know, perhaps, if building state houses where the gain is from 0 to 0, it doesn't actually give us anything. So Ottoman diplomat was discovered. Wait, how did you guys get here so fast now? Ah, you did get somehow military access through the Ayutthaya area. Huh. Should have paid more attention to that one. Now you can see we're having siege issues over here, so I'm thinking we're just overextending ourselves. So please send these guys back, and we'll continue the siege once one of these is over. So 3 is maybe something we can support, but 4 is a little bit too much to handle with this manpower numbers. Although the good thing is that it's gone down a little bit in terms of how negative it's been. Okay, we have some separatist action going on over here. Who can react to that? And we can just grab... Yeah, you guys, just go take care of the rebels over here. And this is something we're also coring right now, so it would be delayed. Unfortunate, but it's okay. We'll take care of that issue promptly. What the ships can do is just help out in Canton a little bit. You can also fight these ships that are hanging around, almost like alone. It's like a really painful way of losing ships. What's going on here? So maybe we can add this to the trade company, either of these provinces. So I guess our government capacity went down enough. Oh, you can see. So we are at 2,900 something. Because I guess some buildings were completed, like state houses and town halls. So this is a good news for when it comes to our current war. Also, it seems like we took over. Well, none of the fortresses yet, but I want to see which troops are here. So it is okay, we can merge these two, right? So we're at 14% for one of them. Unfortunately, our harvest failed. Minus 49% and plus 64% actually. So we started the blockade from the sea as well, which gives us a decent progress. We have 15% war score right now. I hope we don't have to siege down Korea. Like over time we should just give up once we control all of their land. Wait, we lost? Oh no. How did this happen? Chagatai pulled... Well, they took all their troops over here. So, the other war is a little bit annoying. But let's see where these guys go and if they're gonna be bothering us or not. Can see that Jaunpur is actually sieging us. Also Delhi is sieging them. I mean, theoretically Delhi should just be able to defeat them all by themselves. If not, well, help them out. Okay, so what happened to the Ottomans again? They seem to be having tough times. So the Janissaries estate loses 100 loyalty, which is already at 0. Oof, all I see is red. Yeah, so Ottomans are in trouble. And yeah, we're spawning rebels here and there. Maybe Chagatai could take care of the rebels for us instead of fighting us, you know. So 92%. Oh, they're really lucky not to lose Canton earlier than this. Yeah, I guess once we've taken care of Wu, we will just go fight Jaunpur and the others for a little while. So central Doab. Lovely. Gulf of Siam. So some provinces are being converted, I guess, converted back, and it's like a yo-yo. Because we are converting them and the owning countries are converting them back. That's my theory at least. It's a little bit too much to observe while playing and sieging and stuff. Okay, so finally we did the Canton siege. You guys will go for Fuzhou. You'll also be able to catch one ship from here. 17 prestige from one religious conversion. The siege of Nanchang is also over. Brilliant. You guys will go for Hangzhou then. And that means, well, we have one more fort over here. A bunch of fortresses they've been piling up around in their provinces. How can they keep all of these up? Are these provinces like highly developed? I mean, decent 40 development. 20, 36. Yeah, quite high development levels here. It's kind of indicates like we can only grab a few provinces from these guys. So we have rebel issue, we have a Jaunpur issue and the Chagatai issue. That's basically the same issue. Wu is just magically appearing from over here. What level fort? We have level 8 fort there at least, that's good. Okay, request of military access from SAS. Suspicious request, isn't it? I don't want to state anything right now. We just want to focus on warring, right? How many troops do we need here, by the way? So 33k. Well, with this artillery coming in, it should be good. I see Wu is building up some troops over here. It's not gonna help them much, is it? I will move my troops closer as well, just to be ready for their attack, if anything. Let's move you guys over here, and you will go here. And actually, Tingzhou will be hosting these guys. Now you also are not doing anything on this lonely island over there. So I think you'll go to Kanzhou just to reinforce whatever needs your help. Poyang has been occupied by us. Brilliant. Can we also... No, we cannot take care of this one. Jinhua will remain untaken for the time being as it's surrounded from both sides with fortress. Actually, there's like 3 fortresses around it that we can access at the moment. And I think one more after that. What is our fleet doing? Can you guys go help out with... Well, at least the Taiwan Strait is a good location to send you, because you'll be helping out the siege over here for Fuzhou. Taking this one might give us access to Wenzhou, if my calculations are correct. If not, then we'll recalculate afterwards, right? So as you can see, our fortress is being sieged over here. But also Delhi is moving closer to the enemy troops. So our treasure fleet has arrived as expected. Well, actually this wasn't expected to be done by the rebels, but this Karkan region has been occupied, so the coring will be stopped there temporarily. You can also see all of our ships being built. Like, what is going on with the hegemony status now? Are we kicking England off? Well, how many ships do you have now? Great Britain 502, and we have 542. So you should not be getting... Yeah, let's check next month if they're still gonna be getting the additional power of 0.5%. Because my theory is we just got the ship, so it, like, the effect isn't applied yet. 18 prestige. If only we could get monarch points for every prestige that goes over 100, right? That would break the game, I guess. So we have sieges going on at -7% times 2 and 42% for the Yanning province. So the Center of Revolution has spread revolutionary ideas. The locals will now oppose our absolutist tendencies. They don't want us to be absolutists. I cannot understand this situation. So is this view updated now? Yes, they are now losing 0.5% each month. Because they don't have a fleet equal or larger than 500. Did they lose some ships instead? That wasn't what I expected, actually, to take them down from there. So yeah, they're actually like 499 ships. Well, it seems that they didn't need our help after all. Chagatai took control of our province here. I hope Koreans don't bring their troops over here to Wu, because that would be just slightly annoying. Oh, we're in the positive with our manpower. Who would have guessed? It's just with keeping up the 3 sieges. It's better. I don't think we could have done it in our previous wars. But then again, we were, I guess, doing more fighting, at least against Ayutthaya, to sustain all those losses. Okay, another 18 prestige. It's not hard to keep prestige close to 100 with this setup. Just have to keep conquering land, right? Like, how is the coring process for the Ayutthaya lands? You can see several of the provinces halted, a few of them at 26.6% even. Yeah, they're just taking control of these lands one by one. Oh, there is Korea. Welcome to the battle. It's okay, we'll ignore everything else. We'll just focus on sieging down Wu for the time being. Once we're done with this, we can reassign our troops to fight a little bit, I guess. You cannot make a province into a core if you're at war with another who has a core there. So Chagatai. Ah, I see what happened. That's why they're at 26%, because, well, the previous war, not the one that we wanted to start, but the other war is against Chagatai, who has a core on those 2 provinces. I guess this one as well, right? Yeah, same excuse. Okay, siege of Yanning is over, and the siege of Hangzhou. Double strike. Does this mean we can go and attack a little bit? So let's put forced march on. These 2 are already there. You guys will go the long way around, apparently. You should also be forced marching. Forced marching. We'll wait for our guys to get a little bit closer. And then we'll attack the enemies. We can upgrade great projects. Lovely. Not gonna do it just yet. We have a little bit of space for military power points. So there's 81k troops, give or take, waiting for our attack. Okay, so you all will go together and then we'll have reinforcements over time. So whatever happens, should have enough troops to take care of the situation. So you can see we rolled kind of badly in this specific battle, so this was a nice roll. 7 against 1. Wow, 12 against 1. Now they're really losing a lot of troops. 5 against 6. And the battle will be over any moment now. I guess they'll flee. Are they just gonna stand until last man standing? Okay, no stack wiping this time, but it's okay. Can we go from here to siege? Let's take a full group for the siege, right? And you will be assisted with artillery from this group. I will make you force march as well. And yeah, Yinhua will also be taken over by the same group who's assisting with the siege. We also need to move you guys a little bit apart because you're gonna just get some random attrition that we don't really need into the equation, right? I guess the yeah, we can reunite you with. Ah, you can go. No, you can't go here. It was a force alarm. Yeah, let's play it like that. I'm not sure what I sent to Hangzhou. There were like 3 groups, but one of them was infantry, one of them was siege, but what was the third one and what can we do with it? I don't know yet. So the Ayalet rebellion is ongoing. Worrisome news from the border provinces reached Abdul Hamid I this morning. The Ayalets, the core of the Ottoman Empire administration, are in open defiance against the Padishah. The Sultan, who cannot even control his palace in Amasya, has no authority over any Ayalet. The Beylerbey proclaimed de facto sovereignty from Ottomans and answered to nobody but themselves. So Ottomans lose 1 stability, every Ayalet and core Ayalet gains 20% liberty desire. All their advisors will die and Ottomans lose 100% absolutism. This is just absolutely crazy what's going on with them. Also Spain is kind of kicking them. I guess the only thing stopping Spain from taking anything else over is us. Because we didn't give them the right to fight Ottomans beyond this border here that is ours. Perhaps that's the reason. Not totally sure about that. Okay, so some separatists have risen. It's fine. Okay, we took care of the troops from Wu. Maybe we'll stack wipe another set. Yeah, there's like... these provinces are almost done, right? These 2 where the separatists spawned. Guess we'll have to deal with these issues as we go. So another stack wipe, lovely. Now what do we have here? So we have 3 groups. So we have 1 artillery, 1 infantry, 2 artillery. And I guess 1 artillery is without their infantry because we lost them on the way to fighting some rebels. So we'll just leave this group outside. Although I see... Wait, where are your artillery guys going to? On King? Okay. You will have infantry with you. So a few more provinces to be conquered. Including Zhengzhou. In the meantime, we capped our monarch points and also gained a bunch of territories that we can either add to well, either state or just add to this merchant guild. How is it called? Merchant? Trade company. Yeah, that's the thing. Okay, well, all of these. We also gained the trade protection cast spell. There's more separatists. There's another province that's been done. I do want to add most of these to the trade company just because we don't have the government capacity to do much else beyond that. So this will take me a little bit of time as we took quite a bunch of provinces away from the enemies. Okay, one more over here. Just bear with me. I don't know any better way of doing this than clicking on the flag icon and then clicking on the province name and then assigning the province to the trade company. This one cannot be added because it's in our home continent. We still have a few to go apparently. This one is being sieged. Can still add it to the trade company. And this one is remaining and can also be added to the trade company. So there's one over here that we cannot take care of at the moment. How does this clicking work? I mean cycling. Okay. It's like we go back and forth. Sure, another one. Click, click. Okay, so now it's just the one near Mutapa, isn't it? Oh, look at all our ships. Can you please go, let's pick a location, let's go to Pate. We have some troops over there as well, so cannot select everything from that high above. Anyone else? You guys are already moving. Oh, maybe I'm too high. Wow, we built them everywhere out there. So you guys will also go to Pate. And I believe some of you have still not been selected. The chosen ones, go to Pate. Isn't Pate like a paste you put on a sandwich? Okay, so the monarch points. We have some government capacity, like what is going on? We just lost 700, or kind of freed up 700 government capacity. Is it because we made all of those states, added them into the trade companies? Because if that works, I can just add them while they're being court. Yeah, we'll test out this theory in a bit. But for the time being, this means actually we can state the areas near Mutapa. Sure, make them all into cores. And we can also do some development in Cape. Just to spend some military points down. So 1 click and 2 clicks and 3 clicks. I'm not gonna spend the administrative power just yet. I'm being optimistic about winning this war relatively soon, but maybe my optimism is unwarranted. But you know, look at the picture. We're already sieging the two last fortresses they have remaining. After that, we'll take care of their troops in Ningbo. Lovely, Changsha. Cambodian separatists. Chagatai is making some gains. Though also the war score for the Jaunpur war is getting much better now. Okay, just it's a bit messy now, right now, but bear with me. We'll figure this out as we go. We can make states, but this just means we will be adding to the trade company. Another siege is done, which means we can mitigate the losses from attrition from these troops. Let's just take a moment to check out what's going on with our attrition. So not many troops are having attrition, which is great. And finally, we have the Industrial Revolution. So it's year 1760. I haven't seen it that late before in any of my other games. Not that there are like tens of thousands of games. It's like around 10 games maybe I've played until this point. So embracing the industrialization institution will be vital for future advancement in technology. So whenever Commonwealth you get this institution, I might be interested in buying it from you. Now, see, Wu is actually helping me with the separatists. Amazing. Thank you. You're doing yourselves and me a favor. For me, it's a good favor. For you, I do not want to ask. Okay, so trade company over here. We can propagate some religion in this trade node. Perfect. Innovativeness we're losing, so maybe it's time to embrace the next level of administrative technology. So we are not ahead of time anymore, as you can see in none of them, so we'll just go to the next level right away. We'll also stop losing innovativeness. Perfect. We also get some new troops. Was it like cavalry? Yeah. So we're not using cavalry because of their cost. Which means we could just upgrade it during the war and we will not lose any morale there. Okay, we lost the military reader. We got merchant shipwrecked. Are those events connected in any way or not? I cannot be sure. We can be sure that we're losing 655 ducats. And there's a royal marriage being offered to us at the same time. Like being royalty is tricky. So many decisions to make, right? Okay, so the last siege is going on. It's at minus 21%. If we did want to speed it up, we could order an artillery barrage to create a breach in the fort. So revolution is spreading. Let it do its thing. Jaunpur is occupying some stuff. Chagatai is occupying some stuff. This war is really breaking loose, isn't it? Then again, I can see like both the Chagatai and Jaunpur troops being routed. What's going on with all the royal marriages? So Angora, no thank you. Luvu, no thank you. Those are just small countries trying to get on good terms with us. So another religious center has finished doing their jobs. Now maybe we can actually assign these guys to take care of the rebels. I mean, just go here maybe. Looks like Wu is just running around and taking care of our rebels in the meantime. Why are they so kind to us? Do we have siege ongoing here? Yes, there is. There is no negative bonus from not being under a blockade. Yes, Jaunpur, I know. I know you're making some gains. It's good for you. But it doesn't matter in the long run. Can we tidy up the ship count as well? So we're missing 5 ships. Some of them are already moving. These ships should be... Oh, we have to be careful about moving them. Okay, we're trading paper. We'll just push them to the other guys that arrived from the northern parts of Africa. So this area got converted. Oh! Okay, so Guaratis gave up. It seems like probably they will be pillaged by Delhi, and they will give 10% of their income to Delhi for a while. We got 7.60 ducats. Amazing. I mean, we make like how much per month? 1046. A decent income. Now, what are you doing, Renzo? Can you just like, you know, be lucky? Brilliant stuff. It's just like I have no words. How did this happen right now? So we'll send some troops to fight the last of Wu's troops, basically being stranded and surrounded. Yanpur is making gains. We captured some of the Wu's ships. We can also take care of these ships in a moment once we take over this area here. So they have a relatively decent sized fleet, but I think we should be okay to fight them. So another Wu's army was stack wiped. So there is an army career, which means that we can gain 15 army tradition, or we can lose 10 army tradition and gain 2.5% professionalism. Now, we are dealing with mercenaries, and I don't know the exact nuances of how they affect our professionalism, but as you can see, our professionalism isn't that great. We'll be able to regain the army tradition quite fast, I believe. So right now we are at 99.6. And it's decreasing at a rate of 3.62 per year. I think we want the professionalism. Yeah, let's just trade it in and we'll build up the rest of the army tradition with just by fighting. Okay, so Wu has been stack wiped as mentioned. Ottomans are just like losing stability, some regiments revoke, just all kinds of nasty stuff going on with their country. So there's another set of separatists. We actually have some troops that can take care of you. Also, this fight is over now, and I think we can... Are you guys infantry? Yes, meet up with your artillery, please. And you two can just spread into 2 different areas. Now the question is, what shall we do over on this side? I think we should at least fight Wu. Jesus Christ, they're occupying everything. But in order to fight Wu, liberals are angry. Where are they gonna spawn? So Assam has been... okay, do we have any troops nearby this area? Not exactly nearby, but they're also just sieging a fort, so we could just send these guys. I'm gonna send them automatically towards that area. It's a long way, I know, but I will click it through anyway. And just in case, some extra areas. Okay. So they should take care of the rebels. Rebel spawns. And what we can do right now here is we are at 58% war score. We will be fighting their navy in a moment. And we have like a better no, there's no better admiral in the selection. So our navy tradition is not as good as army tradition. Okay, we're losing some province control temporarily and so on. Okay, so this is the battle we've been waiting for. I'm just curious. Okay, you can see that the engagement width is way higher for us, and this should help a lot with the engagement, or just having less losses from our side. So there is a province that's now being cored. Brilliant. But we just want to see ships fighting, right? 76 ships versus 352. Nice to see the numbers start going down. But they already left the fight. They lost 4 frigates. We gained 1 frigate. Where are they gonna go, by the way? Do they have anywhere to retreat towards? Is there a hidden province I don't know about that is controlled by who, or just they're gonna go to Korea? Huh. Talking about Korea, should we maybe take this small piece of land over here under our control? How many ships did they have? It's 165. Okay, first of all, some of you should go and repair. It's like 50 ships. The question is, shall we send a small troop towards the island? I think we should. But not like full 41k, just... There's no fort over here, so maybe just like this. Okay. With the rest of the troops, let's just move closer to Wu. So, for example, you will go to Namning. You will go to Ningyun. Let's take the full troops first. Guyang. You guys seem to be ready to fight. It's full infantry and a very nice fighting group. Another siege group. Just go to Guilin. And maybe you guys too. So we'll leave like a little bit over here. A few groups. You're also ready to fight, aren't you? So you will go to Kwanan. Okay. So 59%, and we're gaining some ticking war score every month. We're of course not gonna wait for it to tick up to, what was it, like 25 points? Max. So there's another prestige increase. Sorry for the P. And yeah, our lands are being conquered one by one. How can they do this to us? And why is Tahi not doing anything? I mean, you can see some areas of Yanpur are being controlled. There's another siege ongoing. But they're also so slow. You know, let's take a quick look at what we could grab from Wu right now. With things the way they are. So we have 59 war score. And let's see, overextension. Let's sort by this. If we grab the least overextensionable provinces, we can get this much. But if we get to like 100 war score, well, this is gonna be too much for us anyway to handle in terms of overextension. So this should be a good combination. So we need like 71 war score, but not quite, because well, they're completely occupied, so we just have to wait a little bit until they are willing to negotiate. Okay, so everybody is moving closer to fight these guys. There is also some ports being blockaded by used ships. Not used ships, but used ships. Also, these troops are gonna arrive to Jeju on the 1st of July. This trip to Jeju is like experimental. Because I'm not sure we want to grab anything from Korea, but we'll see. I mean, we just might not have the overextension capacity to take over this area here. We can just keep an eye. So it's 99 positive and 114 negative for this month. We'll check how far it goes for the next month. Actually, we can play around a little bit. So let's say we don't take the provinces that we can grab later. This would mean that we would go for any provinces that are in danger of being occupied by anybody else but us. So for example, these ones could be on the list, right? But it's already at 111%. Oof. wow, Wu has expensive provinces. Okay, let's take this one as well away. I want to see how much. Could we like grab these areas here and just grab the Lonely Island from Korea? Okay, so we captured the ship over here. Got some nice trades for the admiral as well. And you can see we're fighting Wu again. Also some rebels apparently. Okay, so we captured... Actually, we captured one frigate and lost one trading ship, so... kind of meh battle. Okay, so this area. How much our extension does it contribute? Because it's from, not from Wu, but it's from their alliance, so it's 2 times more expensive to take. Okay, but if we were to clear our offer and reshuffle it in another way, we just randomly lost our administrative advisor, so we'll pick a new one if we can. There is one with missionary strength. Unrest would be nice as well, but we don't have it, so we'll go for the missionary strength one. Let's push them up to level 5. And let's keep doing what we were doing before. So one more option of looking at this stuff is that let's do sue for peace again, and let's do war score, so highest war score provinces. If you were to grab those, because in the future then we could do the other ones, right? So this way we would have to need 93 war score. Oof. It's like the Korea involvement and them not being taken care of is making us making this choice a little bit tricky. Okay, so we will not be doing that one, but let's go for the other route, which means based on the overextension, and war score is kind of like whatever. But it's such random places. I kind of like the setup. Like we just pick the northern parts of Wu, like this, and maybe the Korean island if they allow us. They won't. Now we take the one that's with the least overextension, and we are at 99%. I think that's gonna be our... Yeah, that's gonna be our deal. And they're already willing to accept this, so I think we'll grab it. And we call it a successful war, right? So Guanggan has been occupied by Kilwa. We now control the province, lovely. One province is being occupied by Jaunpur. And it seems like Transoxiana lost one of their monarchs. And we get another prestige from converting somebody into our religion. Yeah, we're ready to go, so let's send the demand. So we grab a little bit of land. It's relatively high development, I understand, that's why it's so expensive. But we'll be isolating Wu from the rest of... And they still have access to Shun through this specific piece of land here. But Shun would only be taking this one. And we do want to fight Shun at some point as well. So we'll be gaining some aggressive expansion penalty with up to 127 countries. But not too bad, right? One thing that does play into my calculation that I didn't quite take into account is that we still have 20% overextension from the provinces that we cannot core yet. Maybe we just chill a little bit more, yeah. Because some of these provinces are close to being cored. I just need to kind of take them over. For that I will just send my troops to each one. There's 2 over here. Yeah, just take care of these provinces over here. You are taking care of the rebel controlled areas. Is this one being cored as well? No, it's done. So Wu can do whatever with these provinces that they want, but in terms of coring, at least we don't care. So this province is occupied by us again instead of the rebels. Again, I see like a lot of red numbers for Ottomans. Too bad for you guys. And another revolt, which we can take care of by the troops just residing next to it. It seems like... is this one being cored still? No, it's done. And I will add it to the trade company as well. What is Spain doing? So they are approaching Ottomans from the north. So Battle of Linju is over. The rebels got taken care of. We will also grab these pieces of land in a moment. There's like a... well, anyway, there was this one area that was almost at 100%. Now it's done. Some of these that are in the list should start ticking up as well. This 96.4% will be done relatively fast. We can add this to the trade company. We lost some general. We cannot grab them back right now. Sorry, you cannot convert in this territory anymore. Because it was added to the trade company, I guess. This one will also be added. What are we controlling? This one, okay. Another missionary got a little bit eager to convert people where people do not want to be converted at the moment. So regarding these areas here, you will be added to the trade company, and you will be added to the trade company. You can also be part of the trade company. Any of these just have their course not finished? So I can see at least a few of these unfinished cores getting some progress. Specifically the 99 point something % one. So these two are still under the control of enemies. You guys just... okay, let's have some fun fighting these guys over here. We would like you to have a general to lead the army though, just, you know, you're the first there, so better to fight with a general than without one. So another one was court. Mongoi is also something that we can add to the trade company. And this one. It's the 95.4% one. It's called Umsung, so it will be reoccupied by us in a little bit. Oh, there's a fight going on. I almost missed it. You guys should make it there to prevent us from losing this battle. And you two will be reinforcing our troops just in case. So Wu does have a decent number of troops even without controlling any of their home provinces. Yeah, there are some people opposing the absolutist tendencies. So no stack wiping. The question now is where will they be retreating towards? I will spread out our troops into different provinces to prevent attrition. The good news is we do have some manpower reserves for a change. Because this war has taken a decent amount of time. So 95.4% here. Nature has punished us. Oh no. So we're taking back 2 provinces that will start ticking up in terms of coring, we will... Yeah, let's take the administrative power option. So you can see now that this 96% one is ticking up. Yeah, it's just playing around with the overextension right now. I don't think we can get it low enough. I mean, where we want it to go, but... Just a second. So, Liang is over here and we can take it back as well. Now, Markham is the one that's... We already added this to the trade company. But I guess we didn't see these areas, even though they're being... Well, they're in between coring. Being cored and not. We couldn't see them here. So, Markham, please have these troops. And the Liang will go there. Actually, you will go to... What's this area called? Dachienyo. And you will go there, and you will go to Yanghan, just as a reinforcement. What is going on here? We had Dali always here, right? I just didn't pay attention. We have some rebel uprising chances. Some missionaries unable to do their work again. Omung, Korea. No, we have like 87.7% overextension we can play with. It's just so unfortunate with the Jaunpur war. Otherwise we would have cored everything already and we wouldn't have this issue of having to balance between overextension and how much land we can grab from this war. I want to see if something changes, by the way. Actually, no. Let's keep on going. I was just thinking from one of the great projects we could probably get... What's going on here? Ah, they're just, I guess, retreating to this area here. You guys just go a little bit closer. I mean, Korean troops are eagerly waiting for us to make a mistake there. Which can happen because we are quite close to ending this war. But these guys should get stack wiped once they go to Dachienyo. Okay, another province is taken back. We can also assign a merchant. Let's do trade. We don't have anything in Hangzhou. Okay, so what's going on here? Yeah, stack wiped, perfect. And let's say send the merchant to Zhanghu. So how many provinces are being cored at the moment? I see at least 2 of them ticking. 3 of them ticking. And Markan is going to be ticking in a bit. So if we... it's okay, we can give up, well, 12, okay, ducats is a large amount of money, but rather than the monarch points. Yes, the revolutionary ideas are spreading as always. So, another stack wiping opportunity maybe? Looks like it. Go, go, Power Rangers. No stack wiping, but they have a way smaller stack now. Okay. So we took control back for Markina. Now shall we wait until November? June, July, August, September, October, November. That's a long, long wait. There's some rebel action going on here. Can you guys pick a leader and just take care of the rebels, please? Thank you very much. So probably for a world conquest run, this would be a waste in terms of waiting so much time until we can start coring all the provinces again. But since we're not going for world conquests, and every war takes effort, so maybe it's okay that we wait a little bit longer. Is this area being cored as well? No, not really. But we can add it to the trade company. It was being converted by another priest. So we are at 95% with 2 of the remaining provinces. We lost our military advisor. So what kind of options we have? None. We want to actually kick them all out because none of them are of our preferred culture. Let's see who gets brought back next month. Again, promoting religion. Brilliant. So 1086 ducats. Smirched is cheap, so we say a little bit of a cleaner ledger on the right side. Not much going on here, right? What's going on with Delhi's troops? So I guess they were fighting in Jagatai? Do they even have anyone remaining? Yeah, still 123k troops. I guess they're spread out across the world. Oh well, the part of the world they're interested in. Okay, time to check out overextension. I think 8.4% is fine unless we have something. Yeah, I think we'll try to squeeze in the peace offer to what we have. So just to be clear, we are at 8.4% overextension, which means we should stay under 91.6%. That is our goal. And if we take a look at how the war is going, so 91.6%, I guess we'll have to take away this one and maybe we can add back, no, something that's of a low, oh, so close. So we'll do 85%, it seems. And they are actually okay with our offer. What is this one entailing? So is it 40.2%? So we're much closer if we do take use island from over here. Or, bear with me. Oh, this is too much. Again, too much. 87.6%. Okay, 87.6% sounds good, right? Close enough to our goal. So let's call it a war. Thank you very much, Wu, for the fun. We will start pouring everything. We still have a war going on against Jaunpur, but it's at 80% war score, so I imagine it'll naturally end and we don't have to clear all our lands again. Okay, and on that note, I will be ending this stream. It's been a nice one. We did, just to recap a little bit, we did have a fight against Wu and their allies of Yu and Korea. Korea was just like on the side, kind of not doing much. They were showing their troops somewhere here and sieging a little bit, but we didn't have any close contact with them ourselves. Next time we'll have to pick also some new military advisor and so on. So, yeah, thank you all for checking out either the stream live or just the VOD afterwards. There is 14 days that you have the chance to do this, by the way. And I'll see you again soon at the next stream. So, bye!